Pablo Picasso may be the Western modern master most admired by Asian artists. Picasso's attitude toward art and life emphasized emotion, independence, and the courage to break tradition. All of these resonated deeply with Sanyu. Sanyu is a remarkable modern Chinese pioneer who was alone and far from home, studied and lived in Paris, the world capital of modern art. In this year's Hong Kong Spring Sale, Sotheby's is delighted to present Buste de Matador by Pablo Picasso and new Avec, Pékinois by Sanyu. As a special curation of the auction, Sanyu and Picasso will feature the paintings of these two masters, linking the East and the West, and looking at modern art in Asia as it expands from a regional to a global phenomenon. In late 19th century, Sanyu was born into a wealthy industrialist family in Sichuan province, having received traditional painting and calligraphy training during his childhood. With the support of his family, Sanyu went to Paris. Sanyu was totally absorbed in the fascinating bohemian Parisian life and never thought of returning to the East. He usually spent time in cafes and attended casual classes at the Académie de la Grande Chaumière, where the most talented artists gathered during the time. By the end of the 1920s, Henri Pierre Roche, the famous French novelist and collector, became Sanyu's dealer. It is believed that Roche's strong personal network became a major channel for Sanyu to get into the modern French art scene. Roche and Picasso became close friends as early as 1905. It is very likely that Sanyu acquainted Picasso through Roche. In January 1945, Sanyu published an essay, Reflections of a Chinese Painter on Picasso, in the French newspaper Parisien Libéré. He wrote, "He has moved us away from the era of academic painting. It is he who fights conservatism. It is he who takes us down a new path." New Avec, Pékinois is a masterpiece by Sanyu during his post-war period. It's about love and perseverance. The painting depicts a nude woman lying on her stomach. She pillows her head with her arm. The work represents not only a man's endless love for a woman, but also the longing of a hot-blooded playboy, the trusting and protective intimacy between a woman and her dog must have meant something important to Sanyu. Perhaps a tribute to the friends and lovers in the art world he had met over the course of his life. Created in 1970, Buste de Matador is the first painting in the final Matador series of Picasso's life. The artist, who was nearly 90 years old in that time, experienced the rebuilding of European society after World War II and witnessed the ups and downs of Spain, which awakened his desire to revive the traditions of his people. He also had a sense of urgency when confronted with mortality, as his life entered into his final chapter. For Picasso, bullfighting symbolized power and courage, and the dramatic contest was loaded with intense clashes between vital passions. In a sense, Picasso's images of matadors were reflections of different sides of his own personality, and they were his final weapons against the inexorable march of time. The dialogue between important post-war works by these two masters showcases an understanding of life and artistic perseverance. 20th century Paris brought these two artists together, creating a melting pot of inspiration, a merging of cultures, and an undeniable influence from East to West.